Good morning, everybody, and a very warm welcome to you. So, let's start this day with an affirmation. And the affirmation says, every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. So let me repeat that. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. And the second affirmation I want us to start with is a reminder that every experience, good or bad, every experience is an opportunity to become a better version of yourself. Therefore, a person who believes that every experience is an opportunity to become a better version of himself also believes that every moment of your life is your life. So, if you've got your life in this moment, would you not like to experience it fully? So, if you want to experience your life fully in the present moment, what do you have to do? You have to be present. Yeah. So, we've been talking a whole lot of stuff, right? We've been talking about raising your spiritual quotient. In other words, raising your consciousness. And you've seen how raising your consciousness changes things in your life in very subtle ways. And sometimes the results can be quite dramatic also. But one of the most dramatic results is that you start living a life of ease and joy. You stop complaining. You stop blaming. Right? You stop getting as irritated as you used to. You stop worrying. And the main thing is that when you have raised your consciousness, you will be more in the present moment. So, if life was a delicious meal, you would savor every morsel that you put into your mouth. And the best part is, time seems to slow down. Now, those who are busy people, right, running the rat race, have you noticed how fast the time flies? You don't know when the day got over. So, people whose consciousness is raised, they are more in the present moment, which allows them to be more aware of what's happening, makes it easier for you to be a person who will handle every situation like an owl. Now, there are some people here who have done Vipassana, right, Vetrival? So, what do you discover there? One of the things that you discover is that when you give up your attachment or aversion, okay, a person whose consciousness is raised, he gives up his attachment and aversion both. So he's in a more neutral state. Therefore, he reacts less. Therefore, he becomes more patient also. He becomes a better listener also. He's able to hear the silence between the words also. And this person naturally will have a conflict strategy of an owl. He doesn't even have to think about it. You know, the word strategy implies that you're thinking and doing something. So until it becomes a habit for you, practicing being an owl, you will have to keep on consciously try and be an owl in every situation. Yeah. So for those who might be listening to us or watching us without the background, I must say there are 5 different conflict strategies that people use: turtle, shark, teddy bear, fox, and owl. Now, if you look at the turtle, what does he do? Plays a win lose lose game, gives up his relationships as well as goals. What type of conflict strategy does a shark play? I win, you lose, and I don't care about the relationship, very, very aggressive person, winning at all cost. What game does the teddy bear play? You win, Baba. I don't mind losing, but we must maintain the relationship at any cost, even if I keep suffering in that relationship. What kind of a game does the fox play? A compromise game. Compromising on principles, compromising on goals, achieving something, giving up on something, maintaining the relationship 50-50. What kind of a game does an owl play? 100% I will win, 100% you will win, 100% we will maintain the relationship, no matter what. Okay. And we have been talking that if you want to be owl type of a person, you will have to be a person with certain qualities, which I was enumerating to you. A lot of time people ask me, they said, but that's a difficult way to live in these times. Yeah. How many of you think that it's difficult to live like an owl in these times, especially if you are engaged in this competitive world, a business or job or whatever? Now, time for you to speak up, guys. Yes, Hari, your virtual hand is not working.
No, it's working. I thought.
I can see you, luckily. You know, you can't see everybody on the screen. That is why I ask you to use.
Sir, in this current world we are living in, there are people show resistance to their point of view, and then therefore they don't change their point of view. Being an owl, you have to convince the person, and he should also um, accept or come to a terms with fully accept the point of view which you are putting across, and then come to a conclusion. But that is very difficult, is what I feel.
Yeah, that's why, we will learn how to master the art of handling difficult and crucial conversations. We
Yeah,
will.
only then. Yeah.
Yeah, we will. And I'm certainly bringing that in. See, first of all, since you raised that topic, unless you are willing to accept the other person's point of view 100%, there is not a snowball's chance in hell that he is ever going to listen to your point of view. So if you do a little introspection, you may discover, no, you are trying to listen to somebody's point of view with an agenda. If I listen to his point of view, he might listen to my point of view, and my point of view is more important than his point of view. That's how you're listening. That's why that fellow is never going to get your point of view. He won't be interested also, because energetically, see, Hari, don't forget, energetically, we are connected. I don't know if I've mentioned to all of you, but there is something in your head called mirror neurons.
Okay.
So you have mirror neuron, that fellow's got mirror neurons. Okay?
Okay.
So if you're saying something, but there's something else going on in your mind, that fellow is going to pick it up. He may not pick up exactly what's in your mind, but he's going to pick up the dissonance. He's going to get a sense that, look, what he's saying and what he wants is something different. So when people think like that about you, do they trust you?
Trust is missing.
Yeah. So why would I listen to your point of view if I know that you're trying to, thrust your point of view upon me, and you might want me to give up my point of view? You see, when you are working with people, if they get it that, look, with this man, my point of view is completely valid. He's not going to rebut my point of view. He's going to get it. Get it? Remember, I told you don't have to agree with it. Getting it doesn't mean you agree with it. Getting it doesn't mean you disagree with it. Getting it does not mean you have to do what that person says. And getting it doesn't even mean you don't do what that person says. Now consider a possibility, Hari, that the other person's point of view is 100% valid. And your point of view is also 100% valid, then what does it make possible?
Then there is a affinity and unanimity in because both of you are thinking the same thing. Then
Yeah, say more about it. There is first, obviously, there will not be any, what shall I say?
dissonance.
There won't be any dissonance. That's one thing that becomes possible. What else becomes possible then?
The synergy will be formed, and then it will impress others also, like those who are around people, and together the synergy is actually always, it's not 1 + 1 is 2, it is always 1 + 1 is more than 1, more than
And
2.
then once that synergy is established, what would you use it for?
To achieve the common goal.
Exactly. See, that's the point, isn't it?
Common goal, yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't have a common goal, you would not be arguing about it also.
See, that is the difference between the fox and owl, where here there is a compromised goal will be there. You walk some step, I walk on some steps. Let us settle for some midterms in between. Being fox is more possible in nowadays. That's what I feel.
Yeah, most people are
unless
foxes, no? That's why you're enjoying this wonderful country. We can be the number 5 or within the top 5 in the world, right? We won't be until we give up this. See, there is a research which shows that in countries where the trust is high, prosperity is high. Now, is the trust high in our country? Do you think?
No. CCTV cameras everywhere.
No, that is there everywhere for our safety. It doesn't imply lack of trust. I mean, we are saying people trusting each other. Today, who do you trust here? Do you trust your politicians? No. Can you trust your judiciary? No. Can you trust your police? No.
No.
Who can you trust? And who created this atmosphere? So much so that being distrustful has become so normal that if somebody trusts anybody, you will say, "Are you mad, you guy? You're trusting people. Are you crazy fellow or what?" See, that is why when I say that you must be an owl, or you can try to be an owl, you'll have to become a person who is trustworthy.
Absolutely.
And not in only other people's eyes, you know. If you trust yourself, you won't need to be on the defensive so much.
Agreed.
Now, if you're living in these days, I mean, I don't know how much you remember, you could trust that you could go out and come back in one piece. Today, you don't know. Some guys are fighting with each other. You happen to be passing by, finished. Something might happen, right? So that's the kind of, situation that has happened for whatever reason. It's easy to blame this and blame that for it. But my point is, it has happened. Nobody trusts anybody. Now, in that kind of an atmosphere, to be an owl, see, very interesting thing you said, people are not willing to listen to our point of view. But where is it coming from? People do not trust anybody.
Yeah.
And sometimes they will take a chance with you and trust you. Okay. And by accident or by design, if that once the trust got broken, finished. It is so fragile. I mean, you look and see how much do we even trust people in our own family? You can't even trust that, one moment they'll be nice to you, another moment they'll be, like you are their enemy or something like that. For the most stupid reasons. So continuing on, what will happen when you raise your spiritual quotient? So one of the best methods, I mean, there are many, many methods, right? But all of them would involve taking care of this fellow between your 2 ears. Even if you start the practice of living your life with those 5 elements of great relationships. What are those? How many of you remember that? Yeah, go ahead, Hari.
Trust. It starts with something else. Yeah.
Honor, trust.
Honor, trust, allowance, gratitude, and vulnerability.
Okay. If we start relating to life itself, not only with people. So honor means I honor everything that is there in my life, right? I don't treat anything with disrespect. I don't treat my surroundings with disrespect. So I keep them clean. Honor, trust, allowance, gratitude, and vulnerability. And I've discovered one very, very interesting thing, the entry point to all this. So have you noticed it's very hard to be in allowance? All are connected. If I'm not in allowance, I cannot honor anybody. Yeah. So if you're judging someone, will you honor him? No way. If you're judging someone, will you trust him? No way. If you're judging someone, can you be in allowance? Someone or something. When I use the word someone, I mean situations also. If you're judging situations, sometimes we are in allowance of people, but we are not in allowance of situations. Can you be in gratitude? So very interesting point. The entry point I'm going to come to, because I told you that. When you look at the way we live our life, our attention is mostly on what is not there. Our attention is mostly on what's wrong. Our attention is not on what did not happen. It's on what did not happen, not on what happened. And I'm telling you, with some modality, access bars, I've done it, given sessions to more than now 1,000 people. Okay. Only 10% of them will acknowledge. Okay. The rest of them are in some mode where they're thinking that, some bells will ring and, white light will come and hit them on their head or something like that. And if you at the end of it, they'll say, oh, no, nothing much. I say, okay, that's all right. But what happened? And after much questioning, finally they'll come out with, oh, I really felt very relaxed, Because we have not trained ourselves to see what is actually showing up, We don't notice it, especially when it's very subtle. If somebody gives you 1 rupee, you may take it. You say, he has given me shagan of 1 rupee. Right? If somebody gives you a shagan of 10,000 rupees, that you will notice. If somebody gives you 1 rupee, your mind is saying, oh, it's a 1 rupee, might as well don't give it, no? Are you getting it? Not looking at, look, that fellow must be a conjuice or whatever he might be. But if he's given you 1 rupee, that's a big thing for him. At least he's a giver. We won't see that. You may have a minor accident or you may stub your foot on the ground or something and your toe is paining and you'll make such a big hoo-halla about that instead of saying, hello, thank God I did not fall and break my leg. So that brings me to another quality that an owl has, to appreciate what is there. Especially when it comes to looking at people, they are always relating with what is good about this person. There is bad in a person also. Okay. Yin yang, that's the way it is. You have some qualities, you don't have some qualities. Now, if I'm working with you and I'm living with you, would I rather relate with your good qualities? Or should I only be concerned about your bad qualities all the time? Should I ignore your areas of improvement? No. You don't need to ignore it. But, sometimes when we are only looking at what is not okay with a person, that judgment transmits and you cannot even help that person to become better. They will not like to listen to you. At some point, they'll stop listening to you. In their mind, they'll say, to hell with you, yeah, you keep barking, doesn't matter. So, if you really wish to be an owl and develop all the qualities of an owl, you may discover that acknowledging what is there, acknowledging what is great about the situation, acknowledging what is great about a person, acknowledging that whatever may be the situation, it is giving something to you. We will only see what that situation is taking away from us. We will only see how people are, being bad with us. We will not see that even if they are being bad with us, what contribution are they making to us? Are you getting what I'm saying? So that requires reconditioning. Why am I saying reconditioning? Not like reconditioning your laptop or your car. Reconditioning means first decondition yourself from your past programming. Then program a new habit called I will first appreciate everything that comes my way. I will first find out what it is bringing to me as a gift, which I was not able to see till now. What is this gift this person is in my life? Whatever this person may be doing, what is it that he's giving to me? But because I'm blind to what he's giving, I'm only seeing what I want. See, something doesn't fit into your frame, it tends to get ignored, even if somebody is giving. So, having given you this long spiel, let me ask you, with all these thoughts that I'm giving to you, what are you beginning to realize about what you might be doing or what people are doing? Because all this is a learning process, right? It doesn't matter what people are saying. So, quick few words from everybody. Reddy Garu.
Sir, we never appreciate people to start with. We always blame them or question them. So it's the best way is first you appreciate for whatever they are doing for us or whatever they are helping us, and then we can ask them whatever to be done. That's what I feel, sir.
Yep, beautiful. Thank you so much. Yes, Tanmay.
Sir, I feel
Reddy Garu, one more thing before you go ahead. See, Reddy Garu, people who have been through corporate programs, they learned when you're giving feedback, first you give appreciation, then you give the criticism. All right. But if your mind, you're saying like that, oh, this is good about you. But in your mind, you're fixed with what's wrong with this fellow. He is going to pick it up. Are you getting it? So if my point of view is that, look, first I would like to see what is there in this person to appreciate. First, I'd like to see what is his contribution. First, I'd like to see why do I have him in my life? I mean, if I'm keeping in my company, I've not sacked him till now. What is that he's giving me that he's still with me? Otherwise, I would have sacked him, no? I mean, even if it's your wife, I mean, if you're not getting something from her, you would have divorced her a long time back. Well, nowadays that's so easy, no? So just want to make sure that it's not the ritual. You know, it's like just namaste. It's not this putting two hands together saying, what is the bhavana behind that? That is to be remembered. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Reddy Garu. Yes, Tanmay.
Sir, I believe it finally boils down to being conscious and self-aware and present in the moment. So, any activity where I'm doing it very consciously in an awareness state of mind uh, becomes helpful. So a simple activity like, breathing, which I'm doing unconsciously most of the time, is just breathing. But when I'm putting conscious effort into it, it becomes pranayam. If I'm just sitting and wasting my time doing nothing and thinking about a lot of things, it's just wasting time. But if I'm focusing and being present, then that becomes meditation. Similarly, like any discussion with an owl will be, very focused, where, I as an owl will be self-aware and not let it become an argument, but become a discussion towards a common goal.
Yeah. And new possibilities will open up in that conversation.
Yes, yes.
That's the most important thing. See, every conversation, new possibilities can open up. People don't realize this. I mean, in companies, you have meetings. One day I told the CEO of a very big learning and development company, I said, most of the meetings look like review meetings only. Okay. For that, you don't need a meeting, no? Tell them to send you a mail. I said, what's the purpose of a meeting? It is to create something new. A meeting is not there to, intimidate your people by asking them, kya kiya tumne? Anyways, good. Thank you very much, Tanmay. That was very nice. Yes, Vetri, and then after that, Hari.
Thank you very much, sir. What I'm beginning to realize is to rise spiritual quotient, to become owl, 11 cc elements of intimacy helps a lot. Where out of all, 11 is the important thing. I'm just realizing that my expansion of 11 is directly related with my negative self-talks. When I start to work on, when this sudden moment thought comes, hey, wait, don't go fast. Let's take it slowly. My allowance opens up. That's what I'm realizing. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, but one very interesting thing that he said, negative self-talk. If you start becoming aware of your self-talk, I think 60% of your problems will disappear. Yeah, because the self-talk is constantly creating a negative reality, especially if it's negative self. I will not use the word negative. I'll say if it is something detrimental to you. Okay, great. Thank you, Vetri and Hari.
So the point on appreciation, when we are able to see there is a oneness in the whole universe, like what powers you or energizes you is the same thing as what energizing the other person. Then this appreciation will be very evident, and you will be able to appreciate a person even for small things, which is it's just a word of thank you is not enough. Just say it in words. That will be clear. Another one quality I observed in all.
What I request you to do is repeat what you just said.
You will be able to appreciate when there is oneness prevails. You will be able to appreciate small things done by the other person. Then that, because what energizes you is the same thing which energizes the other person also.
I'm going to say something about this in a bit, but we have Mr. Kasa Sai with us, and yesterday was his birthday. So belated happy birthday to you, Kasa. Happy birthday to you. So how many years young you've become now? So first birthday as a married man. Huh?
Yes, sir. So I'm turning 1 year.
1 year of married life, yeah. No, but you have not completed 1 year of married life.
Yes, sir.
Good. So very happy birthday. May you grow and
Thank you.
prosper. I don't mean grow physically, in terms of prosperity. Okay, Hari, let's come back to Hari, you said something very interesting, that when there is oneness, something will happen. You know what? If you are not in allowance, if you are judging, okay, and you are comparing, and you are having negative self-talk about someone, etc., can you ever be in oneness? However, if you have raised your level of consciousness, you will automatically operate in oneness. Yeah. And I think that the path to reach there, you can use these 5 elements: honor, trust, allowance, gratitude, and vulnerability. See, without vulnerability, there cannot be any experience of oneness.
Yes.
Get it?
Yeah.
Because
True.
if I'm putting defense mechanisms all around me, how would I ever know the oneness? I've never experienced it. I'm putting walls and barriers. I'm treating the whole world like they are my enemies. So you can see it happen in our own country. Just because somebody is in the opposition party does not mean he's an enemy. Right? But they behave like enemies. But that's the way we are living, no? So ultimately, what we want and desire is to be ourselves, first of all. Right? And I urge anybody and everybody, when you can take out the time, go do a 10-day Vipassana course. You will understand what I'm saying in a very different way. You start getting in touch with the energies over there. You start experiencing yourself, if you're lucky, as an energy being. There will be a point of time you will start experiencing vibrations, that you are a vibration only. That's when you give up your attachment and your aversion. Then the world is not your enemy anymore. Right? Then you start experiencing the oneness. You start experiencing that if we are competing with each other, becoming, playing the Indian crab story, if somebody climbs up, others are trying to pull them down, kind of a thing. We are here supporting each other to win. You will experience that, and it's a big shift in the way of being.
Yeah.
So it's a very important point you brought in. You live at peace as you grow up the ladder of consciousness, right?
Yeah.
It's things that people might actually think, yeah, you're not bothered about anything or what. Yeah. I mean, what's the point? Whatever happens is not permanent anyway. And you will see that you are being more in allowance automatically, and so on and so forth.
Another point I wanted to say about the qualities of owl, which you had discussed many points, and that one other point I noticed is, if he enters the conversation, there won't be any outcome fixed. He will go with the flow. Like the conversation will decide what outcome would be with a prefixed mindset. He will not enter the conversation. Okay, this is the agenda. I want him to convince him on this point, and then he will not enter. He will let the flow happen. He'll begin with the conversation. As it goes into this thing, he will be able to listen to others and then decide on the outcome.
Yeah, and also, Hari, remember one thing. There is a context that people operate from. Okay? These owls. When
Yes.
they're in a conversation, their context is, okay, let's work together and find out how to make XYZ possible.
Agreed.
Let us work together and find a solution to this problem. Let us work together to remove whatever barriers are there between us. Let us work together to live a better life or produce better results, or that's the context. Let's work together.
Let's work together.
That's how they think. Let's work together. Because that's the ultimate recognition that synergy produces better results. An openness to different points of view, accepting that every point of view is a valid point of view. Now, guys, I'll tell you, there have been many turning points in my life. So at every stage in life, whenever I needed it, something came along, like Vipassana came along. The other one, which was a very big thing that came along, was the Access Foundation program.
Okay.
There was a different Sukhdeepak who came out of it. Amazing. Somebody asked me, oh, so then has life become perfect?
No.
What is perfect? A lot of people think life being perfect means no more problems will ever come in life. Can that ever happen?
No.
What does change is the way you are being in the face of that problem. Can be like a teddy bear, shark, turtle, or a fox. Or the way you can be in the face of that problem is such that, like an owl, which makes you come out of it stronger than before.
Others.
So what you were before the problem came and what you are now after the problem is over, you will see that you are a much bigger person if you operate like that. Otherwise, setbacks and obstacles diminish people. They start living like, bach ke raho, be careful, you can't trust anyone, world is taking advantage of me, it's very difficult to survive, whatever you have is hold on to it, God knows how long it'll last. There's that fear-driven, fear of uncertainty, what's going to happen in the future. Always fighting to, my point. You can see in the faces also. They start looking like, Their face become like that. शक्ल देख के पता लग जाता है इसने कितना संघर्ष किया है जिंदगी में. All right, this is a topic, we may take 4 sessions to din it in. It's making sense to you guys? Okay, so now I have, Acha Gautam, at some point you wanted to say something. I was not able to let you speak. So Gautam, is there something you want to say? Gautam Badro?
In our contest, in Indian contest, we see we are more criticized than appreciation, strong in criticisms, miser in appreciation.
It's very true.
Yeah, that spoiled the total spirit of the team, or like that.
तो बचपन से ही ऐसा है ना.
But people are saying that there's especially Europeans are more, and they appreciate first. Even the people are coming to serve a cup of tea or something to the thank you.
Very true. I have a very interesting presentation which I will try and show you tomorrow. Okay. Very, very interesting. I normally use it in some of my corporate programs. So anyhow, so what I wanted to come, thank you, Gautam. What I wanted to say is that you will notice that there are, in this group of 15, 16 people who turn up, and I'm thanking you to take out the time to do that, because this is a very senior conversation. And being a part of it is a privilege for all of us. Okay, we are doing deep dive in everything. We can make it, very, very entertaining and this and that, and we'll get a lot of young people wanting to come. Okay, but this is not that kind of a conversation. But if you wish to have complete, you want to take full advantage of this conversation, then be a part of it. So every time you say something, it opens up something new. So don't be worried, that my question is not important and it is a stupid question or question or comment or sharing anything. When you open your mouth and speak, it is a contribution to the whole group. Because when you say something, it opens up something new. All right. So I urge every one of you, participate. And Tushar, thank you very much for joining us this morning. You have joined us for the first time. Would you like to come on camera and introduce yourself? Rama, thank you very much for introducing Tushar.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, I'm Tushar. Actually, I just yesterday night I was late night. It was late night. Actually, I'm a psychologist. Actually, basically, I have 20 years of experience in psychology. I'm very passionate about psychology. So that's it. Actually, thing. I'm very,
Okay,
very
tell us
happy.
about yourself. Where do you
I-
live? You have a
I
family?
live in Bangalore only. So from past 40 years, I'm in Bangalore. So
Okay, are you
thank you very.
married? Are you single?
Yeah, I'm married, and by choice, no kids.
Okay, very good for you. And do you work somewhere or you have your own practice?
No, my own setup actually.
Wonderful, wonderful. So it allows you to pursue your interests, like
Exactly.
yeah,
I'm
studying
basically
Gurdjieff and other
correct.
things like that. Okay, good, great.
Correct.
Thank you very much for being a
Yeah.
part of this.
Yeah, thank you very much for giving an opportunity, Ramaji and Suktipakji. It's a great, I have seen your videos also. I'm very much inspired with all this. Thank you very much.
Good.
Appreciate it.
And do participate, do speak, do
Yeah,
contribute.
definitely.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks. Very nice to have you here.
Yeah.
All right. So that brings us to the end of today's program. Okay. Anybody has anything to say before we close it? We still have 10 minutes actually. Yes, Hasina ji. Are you just getting ready for the Shairi?
Yes, I am.
Okay, wait then. Let's see if anybody else has to contribute anything or ask anything or share anything with us. Yes, Vetri?
Sir, a small lighter statement just to lighten up. Is it fine?
Yeah, of course.
You started with the affirmation for the day in the session. I am getting day by day better and better.
Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better.
Yes, I am every day in every way. I'm getting better and better, thanks to my wife.
I must say, your wife is a very blessed lady. Not a day passes without you mentioning about her. Great. Thank you very much. All right. Anybody else? Anything else that is beginning to open up in your mind by being in today's session? Nisreen, Anita, Amisha, Vilas, Suresh.
Just show the color. More of the color. Turn it.
What? So sometimes I wonder, in many corporate, there, Anita wants to say something. Go ahead.
No, sir. I just want to say that I'm enjoying listening to everybody speaking here, and I'm baffled by the maturity that all the people have here. Thank you so much. I wish to reach that level someday. Thanks to you.
Don't forget one thing, Anita. You are a wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human being. And you deserve to be loved and respected for who you are, not who you aspire to be.
Yes. Thank you.
Right? So don't undermine yourself. Don't say anything like this again.
Okay, sure.
I'm not like this. Who says that? You say. We don't. Thank you very much for your contribution. Thanks for sharing. All right. What about anybody else? Yes, Suresh, I was wondering whether you're there.
No, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning to all. Sir, today's session was absolutely, totally profound, sir. I mean, I'm still immersed in the same, thinking about the points that you brought out are so very applicable to what I'm presently experiencing in my life. This owl concept, along with, I mean, the way I react, and I've now realized that everything that happens to me is my reaction. The way I have handled that person, I'm getting it back. And one thing which will, I mean, how does an owl handle a shark? Owl can easily, see, it is very easy to handle the other turtle, fox, and all that if you are an owl, because you know that they will come forward for a discussion. But a shark, a person like having the characteristics of a shark, where will the meeting point be? Should we ignore and totally avoid that person, or your thoughts on that would be?
Okay, so why don't you ask this question tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
See,
Sure.
first of all, the person who raises his consciousness excludes nothing and nobody. He includes everybody. See, the shark is a shark because he believes that what he is doing is the right thing to do. Okay? So an owl will not invalidate the shark. Then why is a shark needing to be a shark? If you can get things done without being aggressive, why are you being aggressive? Because you believe that being aggressive is the only way to get things done. The shark actually believes that unless I frighten people and dominate them and suppress them, I cannot win. He believes that. He's not a bad person. He just believes what he believes. Right?
Yes, sir. So for us
When
to
you're
have
dealing with when you're dealing with such a person, Suresh, at some point when he starts to realize that, hello, you don't have to do this with me. You don't have to be aggressive with me. I'm willing to collaborate with you and let's work together. So initially, look, a tiger is going to be a tiger only, no?
yes, sir.
So initially he'll be like that, but you've noticed that the people who tame the tigers and they play with them also
Yes, sir.
because they don't see them as a threat, no? See, when you don't see anybody as a threat, he also senses it. I mean, this strategy is not going to work with this guy. He does not see me as a threat. He's not frightened of me. And then, if you keep persisting, he'll say, yeah, but he's not frightened of me. Still, he wants to have a relationship with me. Initially, he will be suspicious. This must be one of the tricks. Because what a shark does is, he's nice when he wants to be.
Yes.
So first, when you are being nice, he'll think, now what he wants, So it takes a little while for him to trust. Look, if a person for 40, 50 years, he's been living like a shark, do you think it's easy for him to change?
No.
Even if he realizes that this is not working for me. So there is a word in India, we use karuna. And, it's a bigger word than compassion also. If you develop the compassion, then even shark is not your enemy and you don't treat him like an enemy. At the same time, you make sure you protect himself from his attack. Yeah, because we're very clear. Yeah? If you are going to, the hornet's nest, the beehive, if you finger around with it, the bees will come and sting you. Well, that's what they do.
Yes, sir.
But if you hate the bees, so you protect yourself and take their honey, no? You don't run away from the bees saying that they will sting me. You still go to the hive, you still take the honey. You have your method how to deal with them. Same way, you have to have a method to deal with the so-called shark. The poor fellow was not born a shark. Yeah?
Yes.
He might have been a teddy bear. You know what? When a
Yes.
teddy bear becomes the shark, he becomes the worst shark.
Yes.
Yes.
Provoked.
Absolutely. There will be no worse shark than a teddy bear who's provoked. Then he goes crazy. Absolutely. Okay, Hari Saab.
Sir, fantastic answer, sir. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, you already answered. So one of the qualities of shark you told yesterday is he doesn't trust himself. So when when he doesn't appreciate himself. So when the moment you appreciate as being an owl, that person is appreciated for some of the qualities he has in front of people, then he realizes that and he will start listening to you, is what I feel.
Yeah,
The
so you
appreciation is the key.
absolutely. Name, fame, glory that these people, most of the sharks in this world, have you seen like King Jong Wong, whatever? They'll have their
Yes.
posters all over the place. You better have their photo in your office, that kind of a thing, right? For them, that's very important, right? They may spend half the budget that they've got only on self-promotion. Why? Because they're not bad people. They want the love of people. They don't know how to get it. So they have to forcefully take it. So compassion is what is required. And thanks to you, Suresh. That's
Yes,
why I
sir.
say when you say something, when you ask something, it contributes. You know, so
Thank
it allowed me to give you a very key distinction, a very key quality that owl must have, that is called compassion.
Yes.
Without compassion, you don't care for anybody anyways. Great. So that's a good note to end our session on. Thank you very much. And Hasina ji, let's quickly just speak a little louder and clearer, okay? Sometimes your first two words are not audible.
ओके ओके लम्हे फुर्सत के आए तो रंजिश भुला देना दोस्तों किसी को नहीं खबर कि सांसों की मोहलत कहाँ तक है
One more time. This is so nice.
या लम्हे लम्हे फुर्सत के आए तो रंजिश को भुला देना दोस्तों किसी
Wow,
को
wow.
नहीं खबर कि सांसों की मोहलत कहाँ तक है
Wow, wow, wow. Hari, would you like to translate that? It's so profound. I don't know. Some people may not understand what.
Okay, you chose me. I'll try to do that. Lamhe, moments are so
Moments of
important.
leisure when they
Moments
come.
moments of leisure when they come, please utilize it because we don't know how much time you have with your breath.
Yeah. So when moments of leisure come, don't waste your time in being resentful and upset. You know, you never know.
Ranjish means
Ranjish means anguish.
okay.
Okay. And what is the last line?
किसी को नहीं खबर कि सांसों की मोहलत कहाँ तक है
Yeah, you never know how long you will be breathing.
Time of allowance of time,
How long
allowance
you
of
will
breath.
live
Yeah, so make use of the time you have, not in being upset and blaming and this and that. You choose to be happy. And every moment is an opportunity to become a better version of yourself. Remember that. So thank you, all you wonderful.
Thank you very much.
People. Have
Thank
a
you,
great
sir.
day.
Thank you very
And
much.
see you tomorrow morning for another useful and look, if you want to give a title to today's session, what would it be?
Compassion.
be an owl
Okay. Anyone else? Any suggestion? What should be the title of today's session? We would want people to look at it, no? So when I post it on YouTube, I must put an appropriate name for today's session.
Appreciation.
Word of appreciation.
Conscious living.
Sir, I am picking word from somebody else, but it looks little similar. Compassionate confrontations.
Sounds interesting. All right. Thank you. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Heightened,
Thanks everyone.
heightened awareness.
What's that?
Heightened awareness.
All these are included in it. But what's the main purpose of today's talk? The main purpose was how to be an owl.
Absolutely, sir.
Okay. I'll also think some more. Thanks. See
Okay.
you. Bye-bye.
Characteristics of an owl. Okay.
Yeah, that's even better. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the
Thank you.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.